So I want to share a really sweet Master Yi game I played. Show you guys how to rock out with Master Yi early game. Everyone thinks he's only good late game, but if you apply his abilities right, you can actually get quite a lot of damage out of Master Yi early game. So, good to know where the opponents are. Always run up to a bush and try to create some vision for your team. You get to be aware of when they invade. So we see all this going on over here. I would run over and help, but they're leaving. No point. I want to start red buff. With Master Yi, I like the red buff. Good for early invades, good for clear time, good for early ganks. And I brought lethal tempo into this game. You always want to take lethal tempo if you play the way I do, which is attack speed. You want as much attack speed as possible. It maximizes his kit, gets his Q off cooldown. Every time you auto, your Q loses a second of its cooldown timer. So you want attack speed because it also functions as CDR, or ability haste. So I don't normally gank bot right away, but since they were pushing, I went right in. I saved my Q till the last second, absorb her flash, and then I get a little bit of damage on the other one to get a flash. So that's 2 flashes. Now if I just Q'd immediately, their ADC could have waited until after my Q went off and then flashed, but I was just autoing and autoing and autoing, waiting for the flash. So now I'm going to invade, since I smoked bot lane. Now Morg's contesting it. Let's see if I can outplay her. I get ignited, I smite it, and then I flash away. Ezreal comes to help, and the reason that worked is because I had red buff. So Morg dies, yay. Red buff keeps my health up and it deals more damage. Very good for early game combat. Alright, so I'm going to contest this crab here. And I'm going to attack the back line. If you can Q to the back line in a team fight or in a little skirmish, you're doing well. Ooh! Again, I wait till the very last minute to press Q. Let's watch that again. Let's see what I did. So, I see all this action. So I attack the back row. Then I start autoing. My Q isn't up yet. Now I use it. Gotta flash that mastery. So I do some jungle camps. Give my mid laner the pink ward. And now that my bot lane's ahead, they're really not having any trouble handling the opponents. So if your opponent's bot lane pushes early, forget you're clear. Just go gank right away. If your bot lane's winning, that's GG. And if you can go for the invade, you saw how I invaded Shaco's blue buff. We saw that he started top side. If you can invade their blue while you hold the red buff, you usually have a big advantage. So Fiora's not gankable, and I just return to farming. I notice a lot of my camps are all up. I prioritize red buff, then I jump over the wall and go for Drake. I know I have the damage, and I doubt they have vision here, so it's a little bit of a gamble, but I do have flash if I need to jump over the wall. So yeah, that's a good trick. If you can jump over the wall with the plant to reach the Drake, then chances are they won't see you. Even if they have the crab, scuttle crab vision, still won't reveal you if you do Drake from behind. If you jump over the wall and keep the Drake where it is. So I notice my top jungle's up, so I just go to clear all the camps along the way, except I know Shaco's there, so I wait it out a little bit, let him take some damage, and then I go in. I immediately Q him because I know he's going to use his ult. I'd rather make sure that I get damage on the real Shaco. And I take my time, I smite the buff, I auto him for the 25 gold, and my team is chasing him. They kind of get juked, so I got a flash, and we get it. If I didn't flash, he might have been able to jump over the wall with the plant. So now that enemy jungler is gone, I just take this thing. If you get the Rift buff, you can press an advantage very quickly. So I'm helping top out, and we just smoke this guy. So if you get an early game lead with Master Yi, you want to apply big time pressure to the objectives. That includes the turrets, drakes. So I stay alive as long as possible. I get the turret. That's probably my only mistake this game. I probably didn't need to die there, but to tell you the truth, a trade when you're up like this, while bad, if you get something in return, what you're doing is you're giving them a little gold, yeah, but you are pushing objectives down. For example, that turret. So I just didn't want to waste any time, just want to clear all the objectives and carry this game. I have massive gold, going for the Kraken Slayer. And I'm playing aggressively now. I'm going to keep up the pressure top. They probably assume I'm going to go to the Drake. Shaco's trying to prep for it. And so I'm just going to get this dive real quick. It looks pretty free. I hold my Q because she doesn't prompt me to use it. You always want to save your Q until you need to use it. Now there are exceptions to this. If you're chasing someone and you need to get on them quick before they escape, you can just Q to get to them. But in general, the longer you hold on to your Q, the better it is to have ready to dodge various attacks or to follow various escapes. Ooh, nice juke. I dodge that Morg Q, and suddenly everyone's there, so I Q for my own safety and then I run. Ooh, Morg got me. So I meditate, grab the healing, start autoing. Lulu helps. And now I'm just trying to run. I Q just to get a little more damage in. I run away. I am running. Ah. Alright, so I Q the instant it's off cooldown. And then I DPS. Some very, very precise play. And that pretty much clinches it for me. I'm a world famous Yi King. Alright, so you gotta beat your chest a little bit sometimes. You gotta assert your dominance, especially if you're playing Master Yi. Alright, so I go to get the Drake. And now I'm just looking for fights. I have Flash because I know she has a million escapes. And I'm not messing around. I'm pushing my advantage, constantly pressurizing, and if there's nothing to do, I just take all my jungle camps. Sweeper is excellent on Yi. Constantly clearing Viz. Applying pressure to the turret. I ult in and then leave. He flashes, he gets over wall. And I escape. I don't even know if Lulu had to ult me, but it was nice security. So then I just simply walk right back, take the wolves. Whenever you're ahead and your lanes are pushing, you start taking your opponent's jungle camps. And I go up top to help Nasus. Get that Theo. Shove down the turret. Oh, and I accidentally skipped past that play. Let's watch that again. Shaco thinks he can stop me. And of course I'm ready. I press Q. Victor does a lot of damage, and then I walk away. Alright, so it looks like I've got some good items. I go right for the Infernal. No need to ever give those up. I start shoving bot. I go for the turret and Shaco gets me, but this game's basically over. Doesn't really matter. And we're just about to end. I've bladed the Ruin King. I am ready for Baron. And they forfeit. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.